Donald Trump, never one to shy away from the spotlight, has once again ignited a firestorm of controversy with his recent comments about Vice President Kamala Harris. The remarks, reportedly made during a private fundraising event, were swiftly condemned by Harris's team and dismissed as pathetic by her spokesperson. Trump, however, remained undeterred, doubling down on his attacks during a rally in Montana just days later. The nature of Trump's comments remains somewhat shrouded in ambiguity. While his campaign vehemently denies the initial reports, claiming they were taken out of context or fabricated entirely, multiple sources have come forward to corroborate the allegations. This back and forth has become a familiar dance in the Trump era, leaving the public to decipher truth from spin. The incident has thrust the issue of sexism back into the heart of the political arena. Critics argue that Trump's language is not only deeply offensive but also indicative of a broader pattern of misogyny that has plagued his political career. Supporters, on the other hand, brush aside the comments as mere political maneuvering, part of a calculated strategy to undermine his opponents and energize his base. Trump's latest controversy comes as no surprise to those familiar with his history of inflammatory rhetoric. Throughout his time in the public eye, he has repeatedly made headlines for his derogatory comments about women, often resorting to personal insults and crude language. From his infamous locker room talk caught on tape to his attacks on the appearances and temperaments of female journalists and politicians, Trump has consistently pushed the boundaries of acceptable discourse. The 2016 presidential campaign was rife with such incidents. Trump famously mocked Carly Fiorina's appearance, questioned Megyn Kelly's journalistic integrity by suggesting she had blood coming out of her wherever, and dismissed Hillary Clinton as a nasty woman. These attacks, while shocking to many, seem to have little impact on his core supporters, who either embraced his brash style or dismissed it as harmless bluster. This pattern has continued into his post-presidency. Trump has continued to target women in positions of power, often resorting to demeaning nicknames and personal attacks. His comments about Vice President Harris, therefore, fit into a larger narrative that has come to define his public persona. While the exact nature of Trump's comments about Harris remains a point of contention, the New York Times, citing anonymous sources, reported that the former president made disparaging remarks about Harris's intelligence and fitness for office. These sources, reportedly present at the private fundraiser, claimed that Trump's comments were met with a mixture of discomfort and approval from the attendees. Trump's campaign has vehemently denied these allegations, dismissing them as fake news and part of a coordinated effort to smear the former president. They argue that his comments were taken out of context and that he was simply expressing his political opinion of Harris's performance as vice president. Despite the denials, the allegations have gained traction in the media and among Trump's critics. The fact that multiple sources have corroborated the initial report, coupled with Trump's history of making similar comments, has led many to believe that there is truth to the allegations. The timing of this latest controversy comes at a crucial juncture in the 2024 presidential race. With Biden's recent withdrawal from the race, Harris has emerged as the presumptive Democratic nominee, facing a potential rematch against Trump, who remains the clear frontrunner for the Republican nomination. A recent Reuters Ipsos poll showed Harris with a marginal lead over Trump, with 41% of registered voters saying they would vote for Harris if the election were held today, compared to 38% for Trump. While this suggests a close race, the poll also revealed a significant gender gap, with Harris holding a substantial lead among women voters, a demographic crucial for any Democrat hoping to win the White House. These numbers highlight the high stakes of this election and the importance of every comment, every gaffe, every controversy. In a race this tight, even seemingly minor incidents can have an outsized impact on public opinion and, ultimately, the outcome of the election.